Hello, Chris. Nice to meet you. Welcome to this interview for Flashscore. Thank you for taking the time. I will start with a question I've always wanted to ask a cycling champion like you. What is going through your head during the race when you are out on a track alone for so many hours?
There's so much happening in the race. I mean, there's so many moving parts, especially when you're the leader of a team, and you think about how you've got to best use the guys around you. So, I mean, the Tour de France is that I won. It's almost as if you're constantly thinking about you're managing yourself, your own fueling, your strategies, your opponents. You're thinking about how to actually win the race, but you're also thinking about all your teammates, how to best use them and how to motivate them, how to get the best out of them to set things up for yourself. It's always quite a dynamic environment that's changing very quickly as well, with any kind of bad luck that might arise along the way, the weather that might change, or surprise moves from your rivals as well. So it's definitely, when you're racing, you don't have time to be bored. That's for sure. There's a lot going on, and at the end of the day, you've always got someone in your ear as well. So communications back to the car as well. So there's a lot happening when we're on the mountains there.
Now you are in Czech Republic. You are taking a part in a race organized by your friend and former colleague, Leo Koenig. How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy to be back here in the Czech Republic. This is my second time. I was only here for a few days during the winter in Prague this last year, and I definitely wanted to come back when it was a bit warmer and to experience a bit more of the country. So I'm very happy to be here and to be taking part in this year's Czech Tour.
Were you surprised when you found out that the Czech Republic is a very cycling-loving country?
Yes, when you think of cycling countries, you think of countries like Italy, Spain, France. So to come here to the Czech Republic and to be able to meet so many fans and see how passionate people are about cycling, it was quite a surprise to me. Yeah, thoroughly happy to be here and getting a chance to meet some of my Czech fans.
In 2019, you suffered a serious injury when you crashed your bike into a wall. How challenging was it for you to get back on the bike?
Your body, the bones have to heal. You can't do anything to speed up the bone healing, and you just have to be patient. So it was quite frustrating, I think, as an athlete, because I wanted to train harder. I wanted to do more, but there was almost no more I could do in terms of getting back to a competitive level again. The body just needed time to heal.
Last year, you finished third on one of the Tour de France stages. Did it prove to yourself that you are still able to get a big result?
I think last year was definitely a really big step for me, getting to the Tour de France and finishing third on probably the Queen stage of the race, finishing on Alpe d'Huez. So that was a big boost for my confidence, and basically to show me that I was on the right track to coming back to a good level of racing. Unfortunately, the build up to the Tour de France this year didn't I didn't have the same progression, I guess. Nevertheless, I'm happy to be here racing. Still be happy to be doing what I enjoy doing, which is racing my bike and everything that comes with it. So even though I didn't race in the Tour this year, I'm still glad I'm here racing, and looking forward to the next season already, and what that looks like.
By the way, how far in advance did you find out that your team didn't nominate you for this year's Tour de France?
It was only in the week before that I found out.
That must have been difficult to process, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was tough. I felt as if I was ready. I felt as if I'd worked hard. Yeah, that was a big disappointment for me. But that's life. That's sport. And I think as an athlete, you just have to get on with it and refocus on something else and continue working in the right direction.
How do you feel about the winner of the last 2 years of Tour de France, Jonas Vingegaard? Can he match you to win the Tour even 4 times?
I mean, if he carries on the way he did this year, I don't see anything stopping him. I mean, this year he didn't put a foot wrong throughout the race. So, extremely impressive ride by him. He, I think what was most impressive. I mean, what he could do, what he did in the mountains was amazing. But I think what he did in the time trial was just spectacular. I mean, to be beating other pure time trialists and guys who are really strong in time trial, guys like Van Aert, by minutes, that was quite a performance.
You won your first Tour de France 10 years ago. How has cycling changed since then?
I think cycling has become a lot more data driven, a lot more calculated. I think the level of the way people train has become a lot more structured as well. I think in general the level is higher, but I'm not sure so much about the level at the very top, if that level has got higher or if the general level of the sport has increased. That is more people able to go further into the race.
Both Pogačar and Vingegaard, who are now considered the best cyclists, started gaining success at a very young age. Is this a change that cyclists mature earlier?
I think that's largely due to the amount of data available. I think the years that I was winning, sort of 13, 14, 15, I think a lot of that data and data from people racing with me and alongside me, I think that data has been shared with coaches and coaches who are working with the younger generation. I think it then allowed riders of the ages of sort of 15, 16 to almost be training like a Tour de France winner already. And that's why we're seeing now guys turning professional at the age of 19, 20, and they've already got the grounding and the ability to be able to win a Tour de France in their early 20s. Whereas I certainly know when I turned professional at the age of 24, it took me a good 4 or 5 years of just having this structure to then be able to be successful. Whereas I think guys are getting that structure so much earlier now at the age of 15, 16 already. So when they're in their early 20s, they're ready to go.
Are you trying to be a role model, maybe even a mentor for your young teammates?
I certainly hope that I've got that especially all the training camps we do together with the younger guys. That I certainly hope that I can add value in that sense to the team. That having been there, having won the biggest races in the world, to be able to share what I've learned, the mistakes I've made along the way. Most of the young guys on our team are really, really smart and seem to have a lot of the answers already. So I can just help where I can, and for the rest, I think they have to experience themselves.
You have often said that you dream of winning the Tour de France for the 5th time. Is this dream still alive for you?
It's still there for me, right at the back of my mind somewhere. I mean, it's realistic. I know it's going to be extremely hard to achieve with the younger guys of today's generation. But yeah, I mean, the dream is always there for me, and I would never, until I retire, that's what's still going to be there, burning the fire for me.
And finally, the last question. I don't know if it's a difficult or easy one for you. What's the one thing you love most about cycling?
One thing I love about cycling, it's just the feeling of freedom, of being. There's nothing like it to me, that when you get out on a bike, you get into nature in the middle of nowhere, and you just have this feeling of openness, and it's therapeutic, and it's what will always keep bringing me back to the bike. I think even beyond my career, I think that's what will always keep me riding a bike.
Chris, thanks again for your time and for the interview. It was really a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.